It's almost tax time, which means RRSP and TFSA contribution season. To help you chart a path towards financial freedom, we have a new feature called Money Mondays, free expert advice from cooperators. And here with episode 3, what to do when savings and goals feel out of reach, is cooperator financial advisor Peter Maranger. Peter, thanks for being here.
George, thanks for having me on. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Let's start right here. Cooperators worked with Angus Reid's Business Advisory Network to do a very comprehensive bit of research among 200 plus Canadian financial professionals right across the country, probing the challenges that Canadians face during this RRSP season. And the stats are sobering, Peter. 89% of these industry professionals worry that younger Canadians, 18 to 34s, are not saving enough for financial security in the future. That's concerning.
It definitely is. And one of the things that Cooperators does is we have a holistic approach to financial planning and a personalized approach. My experience with the younger people are that they have kind of a shiny object syndrome. They want to actually just acquire for today. But I always encourage and look at budgets, because sometimes if you strip out the accumulation of small things like having lunch out and coffee out every day, you can actually reallocate some of those funds for savings for either a home or for retirement as well.
Speaking of homes, 76% of respondents to this survey with cooperators and Angus Reid found that for many Canadians living in urban centres, home ownership just feels increasingly out of reach, and that they're looking maybe at shinier things, i.e. cryptocurrency. Is that something you found in your clientele?
Well, certainly. So what happens is the do-it-yourself, it's gaining amongst young people. But the problem is there's so much information out there that people really don't know where to go. And then also, you mentioned cryptocurrency is probably the number one thing spoken about right now, but it doesn't allow for a diversified portfolio. You're just putting all your chips in, if you will, at one casino, and that's not a good approach. So we help people with a personalized approach to financial planning. It works really great.
And 80% of advisors see many Canadians feel paralyzed. They just feel stressed out. They don't think they're going to have enough when they need it down the road.
Right. And the problem with this is there's so much information out there that people do get this paralysis. So the analysis of paralysis, if you've heard about it. So anyway, we just start with baby steps moving forward. And then we help people with either budgets or just getting a practical plan in place, and then just giving some people some practical advice in terms of next steps and moving forward to accomplish those goals. Start
early, build wealth, don't wait, right?
Exactly.
I guess that's it in a nutshell. Peter, we've got some excellent viewer questions from our viewers. Let's get right to them, okay? The first one comes from Yasmin, who asks, I'm going to be 70 this year. Is there any point in contributing to my RRSP this year?
It's a great question. So the first response is, depends on your income. So if you're in a large income bracket, absolutely yes. If you're in a low tax bracket, so you're already taking CPP and OAS, and you don't have other income, the answer is no. So just make sure you get some tax advice before you contribute to an RSP, because once you convert next year at 71 to a RIF, it's done. You can no longer contribute to an RSP.
Oh, great advice. The next question, Peter, comes from Amanda, who asks, my employer matches my RRSP contributions. Is the amount contributed by my employer counted as part of my contribution limit?
The answer is absolutely yes. So what happens with you get 18%, and without boring you with the math of it, most employers won't match more than 9% anyway. So as long as you stay under the 18% rule, that includes your employer contribution as well as your own contributions, you'll be fine.
And I like this last question from Bruce, Peter. Bruce asks you, I would like to withdraw some money from my RRSP, and I earn dividend income from the stocks that I hold. Now, upon withdrawal, is the income from stock dividend treated as income, or is it treated as dividend income when it comes to tax purposes?
So we're talking about purely the withdrawal of RSPs. All money withdrawn from an RSP, regardless of how it was contributed, is treated as taxable income. So it's not dividend. Once it's withdrawn from an RSP, it's 100% taxable income.
And Peter, just to wrap things up from me, COVID has complicated everything in every walk of life. Has it made it tougher for your clients too?
Absolutely, because people are, I'm trying to not use that overused word pivoting, but People are staying at home. They're spending less. They're spending more time on the internet. They're spending a lot more money on online shopping, as we can see from Amazon stocks. So the challenge is it's really changed a lot of things. We've actually gone from a lot of in-person meetings to everything now we do virtual on either Teams, or phone calls. Actually, it's been incredible actually how people have really embraced that. So we can do plans, and then email, of course, is important. So as we build a financial plan, which most people really don't have, it's a great way to start.
Peter Maranger, a financial advisor with Cooperatives. Thanks so much. We learned a lot today. Excellent stuff. We'll see you next week, okay?
Thanks, George.